those pretty wrongs that liberty commits, when I am sometime absent from thy heart. Thy beauty and thy years full well benefits, for still temptation follows where thou art. Gentle thou art, and therefore to be won. Beauty as thou art, therefore to be assailed. And when a woman woos, what woman's son would sourly leave her till he have prevailed? Ay me, but yet thou mightst my seat forbear, and chide thy beauty and thy straying youth, who lead thee in their riot, even there where thou art forced to break a twofold truth, hers by thy beauty tempting her to thee, thine by thy beauty being false to me. That thou hast her, it is not all my grief, and yet it may be said I loved her dearly. That she had thee is of my wailing chief, a loss in love that touches me more nearly. Loving offenders, thus I will excuse ye. Thou dost love her, because thou knowest I love her, and for my sake even so doth she abuse me, suffering my friend for my sake to approve her. If I lose thee, my loss is my love's gain, and losing her, my friend hath found that loss. Both find each other, and I lose both twain, and both for my sake lay on me this cross. But here's the joy, my friend and I are one. Sweet flattery, then she loves but me alone. When most I wink, then do mine eyes best see. For all the day they view things unrespected. But when I sleep, in dreams they look on thee, and darkly bright are bright in dark directed. Then thou whose shadows doth make bright, how thy shadows form happy show to the clear day with thy much clearer light, when to unseeing eyes thy shade shines so. How would I say mine eyes be blessed made by looking on thee in the living day, when in dead night thy fair and perfect shade through heavy sleep on sightless eyes doth stay all days or nights, to see till I see thee, and nights bright days when dreams do show thee me. If the dull substance of my flesh were thought, injurious distance should not stop my way, for then despite of space I would be brought for limits far remote where thou dost stay. No matter then, although my foot did stand upon the farthest earth removed from thee, for nimble thought can jump both sea and land as soon as thing the place where he would be, but thought kills me that I am not thought to leap large lengths of mile when thou art gone, but that so much of earth and water wrought I must 10 times leisure with my moan, receiving naught by elements so slow, but heavy tears, badges of either's woe. The other two, slight air and purging fire, are both thee, wherever I abide. The first my thought, the other my desire. These present absent, with swift motion slide. For when these quicker elements are gone, and tender embassy of love to thee, my life being made of four, with two alone sinks down to death, oppressed with melancholy until life's composition be recurred by those swift messengers returned from thee, who even but now come back again assured of thy fair health, recounting it to me, bestowed a joy, but then no longer glad. I send them back again and straight grow sad. Mine eye and heart are at a mortal war, how to divide the conquest of thy sight. Mine eye, my heart, thy picture's sight would bar. My heart, mine eye, the freedom of that right. My heart doth plead that thou in him dost lie. A closet never pierced with crystal eyes, but that defendant doth that plea deny, and says in him thy fair appearance lies. To side this title is empaneled, a quest of thoughts, all tenants to the heart, and by their verdict is determined. The clear eyes, moiety, and the dear heart's part, as thus thine eyes do is thy outward part, and my heart's right thou inward love of heart. Betwixt mine eye and heart a league is took, and each doth good turns now unto the other, when that mine eye is famished for a look, or heart in love with sighs himself doth smother. With my love's picture then my eye doth feast, and to the painted banquet bids my heart. Another time mine eye is my heart's guest, and in his thoughts of love doth share a part. So either by thy picture or my love, thyself away are present still with me. For thou no farther than my thoughts canst move, and I am still with them, and they with thee, or if they sleep, thy picture in my sight awakes my heart to heart's and eyes delight. How careful was I when I took my way, each trifle under truest bars to thrust, that to my use it might in use stay, from hands of falsehood in sure words of trust. But thou to whom my jewels trifles are, most worthy comfort, now my greatest grief, thou best of dearest and mine only care, are left the prey of every vulgar thief. Thee have I not locked up in any chest, save where thou art not, though I feel thou art within the gentle closure of my breast, from whence at pleasure thou mayst come and part, and even thence thou wilt be stolen, I fear, for truth proves thievish for a prize so dear. Against the time, if ever that time come, when I shall see thee frown on my defects, when as thy love hath cast his utmost sum, called to that audit by advised respects. Again that time, when thou shalt strangely pass, and scarcely greet me with that sun thine eye, when love converted from the thing it was, shall reasons find of settled gravity. Against that time do I sconce me here within the knowledge of mine own desert, and this my hand against myself uprear to guard the lawful reasons on thy part. To leave poor me thou hast the strength of laws, since why to love I can allege no cause. How heavy do I journey in the way, when what I seek my weary travels end, doth teach that ease and that repose, to say, thus far the miles are measured from thy friend. The beast that bears me, tired with my woe, plods dully on to bear the weight in me, as if by some instinct. The wretch did know his rider loved not speed, being made from thee. The bloody spur cannot provoke him on. Thus sometimes anger thrusts into his hide, which heavily he answers with a groan, more sharp to me than spurring to his side. From that same groan doth put this in my mind: my grief lies onward and my joy behind. Thus can my love excuse the slow offense of my dull bearer, when from thee I speed. From where thou art, why should I haste me thence? Till I return, of posting is no need. Oh, what excuse will my poor beast then find, when swift extremity can seen but slow? Then should I spur, though mounted on the wind. I winged speed, no motion shall I know. then can no horse with my desire keep pace. Therefore desire of perfects love being made shall neigh no dull flesh in his fiery race, but love for love thus shall excuse my jade. Since from the going he went wilful slow, towards thee I run and give him leave to go. نانا على مود تتناسب مع هم نرجع نفس الكلمة مع find بصوت الاي لازم تتحول الويند الإ إلى wind مع find. فإذن or what excuse will my poor beast then find with swift extremity can seen but slow, then should I spur though mounted on the wind in winged speed no motion shall I know. then find على wind وليس wind. صح لو كانت wind أنا فقط أريد تتناسب مع القافية، ما دام هي wind إذا هي find حتى لو كانت بال WIND عندك wind. بس هاي لها نطق ثاني اللي هو الهوموغرافز. الهوموغرافز نوع من الكلمات لها نطقين مختلفات بحسب الفونيمز أو حسب الصوت. So am I as the rich whose blessed key can bring him to his sweet up-locked treasure, the which he will not every hour survey, for blunting the fire point of seldom pleasure. Therefore are feasts so solemn and so rare, since seldom coming in the long year sets, like stones of worth, they finely placed are, or captain jewels in the high in the حرف جار زائد على الاسم. هاي تنطق Cancanet أو Cancanet. بس أنا لو صحيح قد يكون خطأ. هاي فعل نقول Cancanet بالأي. إذا إحنا راح ننطقها اسم or Captain Jules in the Cancanet. So is the time that keeps you as my chest, or as the wardrobe which the robe doth hide, to make some special instant, special blessed, by new unfolding his imprisoned pride. Blessed are you whose worthiness gives scope, being had to triumph, being lacked to hope. What is your substance? Whereof are you made? That's millions of strange shadows on you tend, since everyone hath, everyone, one shade, and you but one. Can every shadow lend, describe Adonis, and the counterfeit is poorly imitated after you, or Helen's cheek. All arts of beauty sets, and you, Grecian tires are painted new. Speak of the spring and foison of the year. The one doth shadow of your beauty show, the other as your bounty doth appear. And you in every blessed shape we know. In our external grace, you have some parts, but you like none you for constant heart. Oh, how much more doth beauty is seen by that sweet ornament which truth doth give. The rose looks fair, but fairer we it deem, for that sweet odor which doth in it live. The canker blooms have full as deep a dye as the perfumed tincture of the roses. Hang on such thorns and play as wantonly when summer's breath their masked buds discloses. But for their virtue all is their show. They live unwooded, and unrespected fade die to themselves. Sweet roses do not sow, or their sweet deaths are sweetest odors made. And so of you, beauteous and lovely youth, when that shall fade by verse distills your truth. هسه لو نجي لبعض الأسطر. The canker blooms have full as deep a dye. بويا الداي وين تتراها؟ وين الكلمة تنتهي بالآية؟ seen, give, deem, live. هل معقولة نلفظ لايف على الداي؟ بس هذا الداي صعبة. آية تنتهي بالآي مو باللايف. هذا الرمز خاص بالآي، الرمز الصوتي البريطاني. roses السلام roses closes. إذا wantonly معقولة داي، معقولة هذا الصوت إلا لما تترهم بين هذا صوت الإي سريعة وهذا داي. معقول نقول داي بين تقسم المقطعين. كتبنا هذين المقاطع بأحد البرامج. نشوف انه هذا هو داي صحيح ولا لا؟ حلو. وهذا wantonly. roses discloses. roses then discloses على الأقل. وهذا discloses اي هي says roses لا ما بالإز بصوت الإز. حلو حلو زين انتبهوا وياي. فشلون نسوي هنا؟ راح نقارن. عندك داي وwantonly تمام؟ فعندك seen و give deem live. هسه هذا الدايم ويا من تتراهم hung on such thorns and play as wantonly when summer's breath their masked buds discloses أو discloses. احنا معنا بالاسمه الصحيحة هي roses. إذا هذا صوت الإز تمام، وهي يعني فقط إضافة إلى اسم الجمع فصار إز. إذا roses سواء كان discloses أو discloses هي إز بالأخير للجمع. طبعا هذا فعل بشنو؟ بأس الشخص الثالث.
organ parts mass their mass هذا كله ما بالك بارز هذا شويه، هذا كله عباره عن جمله مفرده، كله عباره عن فاعل، فdiscloses بs. تمام؟ فهو هذا. فداي ما له علاقه بشنو؟ ما له علاقه بالوانتونلي، مو يعني مو قافيه الا شكسبير نسميها دي عم يصير وانتونلي، ولكن هذا الى حي اخر. الجاي نشوفه بان داي قافيه داي ما تتراهم مع الوانتونلي. واضح؟